Hey, welcome to another Transformers Tuesday. We're looking at today a Grimlock figure that's in a bag that was in storage for several years now. I particularly like this Cyberverse Grimlock. He's got these extra arms, which is really creepy and cool at the same time. So I'm not sure why they did that. I have not seen the cartoon or animated series or whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to get him fully into robot mode before I try to transform him. So I'm guessing, I mean, it almost seems like he's got a cyber suit on top of himself. Like these are his real arms, and then these are like supposed to be attached with little like handles, kind of like any old cyber suit. So looking at the robot, I keep forgetting to do this. This is kind of a new thing I'm doing. He's 5 inches tall, and that means he's about 12.5 to 13 centimeters tall. In this mode, he's got a head that can look left and right. And let's take a look at that head. It has some pretty good looks to it. It doesn't have any light piping in it, unfortunately. And then the arms, well, the outer arms have a swivel. They also have an elbow that's ratcheted and a bicep swivel. And the hands, well, they fold in for the transformation. That's about it. These little hands, which are probably supposed to be back during the robot mode, but I just think they look kind of very interesting as like him being a 6-armed robot. I don't know, it's just very different. He's got nothing in the waist, but his legs are on a hinge that can go out this far, probably a little bit farther, but his arms are kind of like, I can't get them to, there we go. So yeah, that's about as far as you're going to go. There's some hindrance, some resistance. And then let's see, forward and backwards. Okay, it's a pretty good little split right there. And sit down, he can sit down all the way, but there's a lot of kibble right here from the transformation. His knees, they can't quite go 90 degrees. I would say more like 45 degrees. So they're almost like, what's the point of having these if you only have that much clearance? And then he does have a thigh swivel, which is always a welcome thing. It helps him to stand up and keep his stance. I'm looking to see if anything is able to be happening with his foot, but it really can't. The feet are very not traditional looking. You know, they don't look like a real robot. They look like something that got chewed up or something. It's just, so it's really different. I mean, I don't think they're bad at all. I think they're cool. It's a very different look, very xenomorphic. All right, so I can see if I can remember how to get this into robot mode or to dinosaur mode. His alt mode, basically. So the first thing is you'd bring the thing over, and I kind of like him in this mode too. He's like very anthropomorphic. He's got the Grimlock head. Me, Grimlock, me not stupid. Okay, so then I know that these come out for some reason, so let me pull these out. And I think they swing down to become thighs and legs. And then the little teeny tiny hands, well, those are his dinosaur hands. Like, you know, there's all those little jokes about trying to watch a T-Rex make a bed, that kind of thing. His tail, pieces of it fold out like this on the one side. And then I'm trying to figure out if there's some way to get rid of this part. It becomes his back, but there's a separation that must occur for that to happen. All right, so you have it pushed in for foot mode. Now you're gonna pull it out and slide it over behind the other one. Okay. You need to do this before you can bring the legs all the way back, the dinosaur legs. All right. And these are a really good one. I do like this one a lot. Now you can go and get that tail together. Just bringing the parts together, plug them in the little holes right there. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and before you anchor those down, bring those thighs all the way back. All the way, come on, you can do this. All the way back. Okay, so actually I was wrong. I was about to say there's something not right. You got to bring this down first because that little thing right there does plug into it. I thought it went behind it, so okay, será. All right. Trying to bring there, just needs a little bit of squeezing to do. Squeezing. There we go. It's a little scary because it sounds like I'm going to break it. All right, now see that right there? We can bring this down. That little black piece right there will go into that tab. That little hole right there. Hopefully, but let's bring the other one in. Okay, make sure this is correctly oriented, because sometimes you just got to squeeze a little bit more. You got to get some pieces kind of realigned a little bit better. Let me see if I can squeeze the legs together just a bit more, see if there's something else kind of hindering it there. That one slid in so well on this side. I'm trying to figure out why this one's not sliding in on the his right side. Okay, so see that hole right there? Make sure that tab goes into it. I think I'm over, oh, there it is. I was just overcompensating it. All right, bring his hands inside the legs. Turn the legs all the way around. Well, that's kind of cool. It makes a nice little design on his legs instead of just being nothing there. And it looks like we have the dinosaur mode. He has a little bit of a gappage back here, but I keep thinking, like, if you get wheelie and slide him in there, maybe it's a good place for wheelie to ride upon him. So in dinosaur mode, me dinosaur, we got a little scan place where you're supposed to scan something for some game or something to do with the Cyberverse. Don't know. I've never watched the cartoon. I just like robots, and I think this one is a pretty cool little robot. I mean, you got it in dinosaur mode. We got some articulation for it as well. The arms, of course, are articulated. The head has a mouth jaw that's articulated. I always like how big his jaw is on that. Gives that strong underbite. All right, but there is a gap right here, so I don't know why, but if you're, you know, if you're a kid, if you're giving this to a little kid, they probably won't realize it or care. And let's see if I can get him to stand. Now his legs are a little loose, but he does fine. And this is one of those ones where, honestly, in storage, it can go in either mode. I do like him a lot, so I don't know if I want to put him back into storage, but I can't have everything in here. There's just too much stuff to have inside this house. So a lot of things have got to go into storage until one day I own a mansion. All right, well, y'all have a terrific Tuesday, and let me know if this is one you picked up. And if you know anything else about this little thing, comment below. I'd like to hear from you guys.